let's have a conversation about diesel heaters, shall we? We fit and we are an auto-term dealership for diesel heaters. Now, diesel heaters in vans are a fantastic sort of way of keeping your van warm, de-icing it, and being able to use your van sort of throughout the year. Really, really functional, very, very common nowadays as well. An amazing bit of kit if you ask us to have it in your van, and definitely a necessity when building your van. Or sort of retrofitting one later down the line. So we've got lots of different options that we can run through, lots of different ways that we can fit this, plumb it in, controllers, bits and pieces and stuff like that. So I figured what we'd do is we'd take some time and we'd just run through it. Got a brand fresh new 2 kilowatt one here, so we'll do a little bit of an unboxing style as well. So we'll crack this open, show you exactly what you're getting for your money when you book in with us, show you what we fit, why we fit it, and what we do in terms of how and why we do stuff, really. So now we've got the box open. This is all the content you get inside of the box. So as you can see here, you have your diesel heater itself. Now, like I said, this is the 2 kilowatt version. So if you have a van sort of like Transit Custom or Transporter size or smaller, 2 kilowatt is your ideal sort of size for that van. Anything bigger than that, sort of like your mid wheelbases, going up to like your big crafters, your MANs, and also motorhomes and stuff like that, you're gonna want the 4 kilowatt. So as you can see, slight size difference and twice as powerful. So perfect for the bigger vans, motorhomes and stuff like that. When you do step up to this size though, there are a couple of limitations, especially in motorhomes, but we'll cover that later on. But for now, we'll get back onto the 2 kilowatt because this is our most popular one. We fit quite a few of these. At the moment, it seems like we're fitting sort of one a week, which is absolutely fantastic. Whether that be in a brand new build, combi, sort of retrofitting it later down the line, we can definitely try and have a crack for you. So with all of this out now at the moment, you can see just exactly what you're getting, and it's pretty simple kit really in terms of what they are. They're fairly simple themselves. You have an inlet and outlet and a sort of diesel feed, and then an in and an out on your air and your heat as well, and then a couple of controllers. So really, really simple, lovely bit of kit, and they just tend to work really, really well. So when you've got your van, first step is figuring out what heater you want, what size your van is, stuff like that. So let's just say we're fitting it in a Volkswagen Transporter. It's what we do the most of, it's what we're good at, hopefully. So this is the 2 kilowatt. When you're fitting that in a Transporter, your mounting options is we tend to fit underneath the van with one of these style brackets. So this sits up underneath there, diesel heater goes in like that, and then your under tray comes up over it, keeps it covered, keeps it away from the elements, everything's all good. If you are fitting it in another style van, there are 2 different ways you can do that. First one is you have this turret. So this is if you're going to internally fit the diesel heater. So these can sit 2 ways. You can sit them this way or you can sit them that way. So if you were to put it inside of the van, depending on how it's built or where you're going, you're going to need one of these. And what you do is you cut a circle out of the floor, screw and bond that down, and then fit your diesel heater directly on top of that. And then you can put all your wiring and stuff like that through your little grommet, and everything's sealed, watertight, keeps it safe again. Or you can fit it in a box. So there is this option as well, keeps everything out of the way. If you've not got under trays, you've got an exposed van, everything up underneath there as well, stops all the grit, the road salt, all that sort of stuff getting up there and ruining the heater. This keeps it nice and protected. So you can get these for the 2 kilowatts and the 4 kilowatts. 4 kilowatt is the most common option we tend to fit these in, because normally, like I say, you can get them up under the van, out the way, under trims. But if you can't, this is your option of fitting it. So once diesel heater's up and fitted underneath, you've then got your intakes to run and your exhaust. So you've got your exhaust up underneath here with a nice little heat shield. So as soon as you come directly out of the heater, pop the heat shield over that, into your exhaust, and then vent that out on the side. Obviously you don't want to be putting it into open windows, gas dropout vents or anything like that as well. So your location of your exhaust is really important. Your intake as well, which is this pipe here, that pops over on the front and it mixes your air from inside of the van with some fresh air from underneath. So it's really important, again, when you're fitting these, to make sure that you're not pointing it in the direction of road, sort of water, dust, crap, all that other stuff. You want to keep this nice and safe, keep it dry, keep it up. Sometimes people even put a little hole in the bottom, so if any water gets in, it can drip out as opposed to getting in your heater. Once you've done that, you then need diesel, because your diesel heater won't run if it's not got diesel. So there's two options of fitting it. First one is your standpipe. This is where you drop the fuel tank, tap into it, and then this will go down to the height of your tank, and then you will pipe off of that with your pump, which will then take the diesel into your diesel heater. The other option is, if you've got a Volkswagen Transporter, you can tap into the AdBlue lines and the return lines with a little T-piece, saves you dropping your tank, saves a little bit of cost and stuff like that on installation, so that's bear in mind as well. And then power and piping. So we combine these two together. So your diesel heater, ideally you're going to want to run it directly off of the leisure battery. You can run them off of separate fuses and stuff like that, but they have built-in fuses here. It's a way of being able to run your diesel heater all the time, not having to worry about anything sort of overnight. If you want to kill your kill switch or anything like that, you can turn off your main master switch, your diesel heater is still going to run. So always advisable off the leisure battery. You can run them off of your engine battery. I don't tend to advise that, but if you've not got a leisure system, then that's absolutely fine. Just reduce the times that you're using it. They don't use mass amounts of power anyway, but just bear that in mind. Off a leisure, you're safe. Off your engine, don't want to wake up in the morning and need a jump start. So piping, there are a couple of different options and different vents we can go for and what we can do. You can have the dome style vent here, and then you can have the flat style vent as well. So what we tend to do is we'll always fit this style vent on your intake. On a Transporter, we like to put them down in a wheel well, sort of as you step in on the driver's side. It's a really nice place, it's out the way. You can just draw the air in when you're using the van. And then as you come out of the van into the back, you can then fit one of these with the dome. So beautiful about these ones is that obviously the air, you can direct it, spin it around and change it. Obviously that's just going to go up. This one we can spin around. These are more popular on camper vans or on the back of the seat. So when you're in the back of the van, there's two options of where you can go. You can come up through the back of the seat, or you can go through the floor of the van. With the diesel heater being fitted at the front on a Transporter, we tend to go just behind the driver's seat or in the plinth of the driver's seat. Doing that, if you go through the driver's seat, obviously you've got to bear in mind your pipe is going to be coming through your seat base. So you lose the option to have like electric, battery, stuff like that under your driver's seat. If you come out pre-driver's seat, so in the back of the van, obviously you've then got to bear in mind sort of furniture and stuff like that as well. So a couple of things to bear in mind when you are having a diesel heater or you're thinking about fitting one. Just think about placements, where you want stuff, vents as well. But there is a third option. We can go for the Caravelle style vents, which is all in the A pillar, or B pillar, sorry, one behind the drivers with the seatbelt on. And that is a factory style off the Caravelles, uses factory parts, and basically it comes off the back of your diesel heater and then vents through the actual pillar itself. So there's no interference in the back of the van. Quite a common thing, does add more cost to the build, unfortunately, just because of the parts and time that's involved. However, it enables a whole new openness to the back of the van, as opposed to if you're sort of going for the vents. But there's no benefits to either or in terms of heat or output or anything like that. That's still the same. That's all obviously dependent on your heater, but it doesn't matter what vent you have, you're still going to get the same heat. It's just how you want that coming into your cab, if you know what I mean. So with the auto-term heaters, there are two styles of controllers that you can have. The first one being a simple controller. This is what they all will come with as standard, and this is, as literally it says on the tin, a really, really simple style controller here. So you can have it on a ventilation mode and then spin the dial around, or you can have it on heat mode and spin the dial around. You've got no thermostat, you've got no sort of tail, if you want, of your heats or anything like that. It is literally on, off, and then how hot you want it and fast you want to blow the fan there. So really, really simple. They do work if that's all that you're after, if you just want to take the chill off on a night, or if you're just there to simply just want to warm it up before you go to bed. They're absolutely fine for stuff like that. However, if you want to go down to keeping it at sort of like a constant level, you want to play around with the actual sort of heating side of it with the thermostat, then you need to get yourself a comfort controller, which is this option here. Now, this one features a little LCD screen or LED screen, and you're able to actually set the temperature on this as well. It's got a built-in thermostat, so you can set this to 22 degrees, 28 degrees. You can set timers, so you can have it running for half an hour. You can go all the way up to sort of like good couple of hours, or just infinite, and then you can turn it off and go from there. You've still got the power function, which is like your simple controller here, but it just opens up a whole new like options of how you can control your diesel heater. Still controls the same heater, so you don't have to change anything like that. The wiring is all the same, everything is all plumbed in and works off of the same wiring and the same loom. It's just the controller itself changes the brain of how it works and how it turns and switches itself. Always recommend a comfort controller if it's me personally. The flexibility you get, the added advantages you get just outweigh the simple 10 to none in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. But the benefit of having a comfort controller as well is you can actually get a modem fitted as well. So a modem is this little device here. And what this does is this taps in to the back of the diesel heater controller there, and you put a SIM card in it, and this enables you to be able to control your diesel heater from your phone. So you can be out on a campsite, you can be out on your driveway or whatever you want to do, and you know that you don't want to wake up cold, or it's going to be cold when you wake up in the morning. So what you do is you can just open up your phone, set this going, and it will turn and control your diesel heater without having to worry or anything like that as well. So a really good added option into the heater, and just something else that you can think about when trying to get one fitted. So with the caravel style venting inside of your van here, what that means is it gives a whole new realm of like flexibility inside of your van, because if you've got a combi set up or you're in like a multi-van or something like that as well, it enables you to be able to fit your diesel heater vents inside the van without actually taking up any space, if you know what I mean. So basically it's all fitted in the pillar down here. So you get two vents in here, which are your outlet vents, and then they are all factory Volkswagen parts all the way down to the Autotherm heater. And what that enables it is that all underneath your driver's seat here, that's still all free, so you can put electrics, subs, anything like that. It's not going to interfere with anything. Or if you've already got like a pre-built combi and the company that's converted it for you and stuff like that has used that space, because it is very valuable space, especially if you are in a van like this, it means that you don't have to try and remove anything. You're not cutting into the floor down here where you're going to start kicking it, or if you've got kids and dogs and stuff like that. So it enables you to be able to still have a diesel heater inside of your van, but with that sort of caravel style fitting, what that enables, like I say, is just that flexibility of space. It's flush, it's out the way, out of sight, out of mind, sort of to a degree. It is black on grey, but it gives a really nice fit and finish to the van and just takes it up that extra level as well, in my opinion. So hopefully something a little bit different with this video, a little bit more technical for you. So if there's any questions with diesel heaters or anything that you're thinking about or that you want with them, do get in touch, do let us know. Obviously you know where to find us hopefully, or hit us up on the socials. And also this van lives on site, which is our demo van, so you can get your hands on it, come down, have a butcher's at them, see if you actually like one, and if we can do something for you. But thank you very much for watching, hope you like it, and maybe we can do some more going forwards.